Who is the Nabi that removed the Nabi Yusuf alayhi salam from his grave? What was the request in return for informing where Nabi Yusuf alayhi salam is buried? Where is the grave now?
نحن لن نستسلم، ننتصر أو نموت.
أضحى الإسلام لنا دينا وجميع الكون لنا وطن.
الحمد لله رب العالمين، نحمد الله سبحانه حمدا عباده الشاكرين العابدين، ونصلي ونسلم ونبارك على رسولنا الكريم صلى الله عليه وسلم. أما بعد. Who from us don't know the story of Yusuf alayhi salam? His life started by being thrown into a well, then being buried in the Nile River in Egypt. And who is the old lady from Bani Israel that informed where he was buried? And what was the request in return for informing where Nabi Yusuf alayhi salam is buried? Who is the Nabi that removed the Nabi Yusuf alayhi salam from his grave? And why did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala command this Nabi to unearth Yusuf alayhi salam and rebury him at a different location? Where is the grave now? How is it possible for a Nabi like Yusuf alayhi salam and a ruler of Egypt to be buried at the bottom of the Nile River? Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu said, our Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, wherever a prophet dies, that is where the prophet's burial spot will be, at that very location of the death of any Nabi alayhim as-salam ajma'een. How did Yusuf die and get buried in the Nile River? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows better and best. Yusuf lived 23 years after the reunion with his father Yaqub, a Nabi of Allah also alayhi salam, and the rest of the family in Egypt. It was narrated Yusuf alayhi salam lived for 120 years. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered an Nabi Musa alayhi salam to find the body of Yusuf alayhi salam and bury him where his fathers and great-grandfathers were, meaning Yaqub alayhi salam, Sayyidina Ibrahim alayhi salam, Ishaq alayhi salam, mashallah tabarakallah, which were all buried in Palestine. So Musa asked Bani Israel, who knows where Yusuf's grave is? No one knew where he is. Musa alayhi salam continued to ask around until he ran into an old man, the age of 300 years, from Bani Israel. This old man told Musa alayhi salam, my mother knows the location of Yusuf alayhi salam's grave. This old lady was very ill, very old. She was 900 years old at the time. People used to live long back then by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This old lady told Musa alayhi salam, I will tell you the location of Yusuf alayhi salam's grave, but I have conditions. Musa said, what do you want? She asked Musa alayhi salam to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give her back her youth and to live a long and equal age that she has lived to up now. So basically she's asking for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give her youth back, asking to be 17 again and to start her life again and to live another 900 years. Musa alayhi salam said, let me ask Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, we will give her what she wants. This old lady led Musa alayhi salam to the Nile River in Egypt. She led him there and pointed, and she told Musa, ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to remove the water in a similar fashion that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala split the sea when he drowned Pharaoh. but for that particular section, so Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam can get to the grave of Sayyidina Yusuf. Sayyidina's grave was under the Nile River. Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam dug out Sayyidina Yusuf. He was in a casket made of marmar. It's a special type of wood, and sealed. Musa alayhi salam took Sayyidina Yusuf alayhi salam as they were leaving Egypt. It is narrated that Yusuf alayhi salam asked Allah to take him, and the ayah for this: ربي قد آتيتني من الملك وعلمتني من تأويل الأحاديث فاطر السماوات والأرض أنت ولي في الدنيا والآخرة توفني مسلما والحقني بالصالحين. My Lord, you have given me from power and authority and taught me interpretations of the dreams. You, originator of the heavens and the earth, you are my supporter and protector in this world and in the hereafter. Take me from this world as a Muslim and let me be amongst the righteous servants. Musa alayhi salam buried Yusuf alayhi salam in Palestine. It is said that Yusuf took an oath before his death from Bani Israel of the time before he died, and he said, when you leave Egypt, take my body to be buried with my forefathers in Palestine. Allahu a'la wa a'lam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows better and best. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.
أضحى الإسلام لنا دينا وجميع الكون لنا وطنا توحيد الله لنا نور أعددنا الروح له سكنا أضحى الإسلام لنا دينا وجميع الكون